Hey, how's it going everybody? My name is Python and welcome back to some more Minecraft Survival from Python's World. Today's episode is going to be just a little bit different. I'm going to be treating this as kind of like a jump-on point for potentially new viewers. And the reason we're doing that is because we have ourselves a brand new update. The Spring to Life 1.21.5 update has finally been released, and I thought today we could do just a little bit of exploring to go find all of the new stuff. Now, for any of you existing viewers who have been around for some time, you'll know that we've already gone ahead and found pretty much everything there is to be had in the new update. But for any of you folks coming back to Minecraft after a little bit of a break, and you might want to know where you get some of the new stuffs in this update, this episode is pretty much for you. So since I'm treating this as a bit of a jump-on point for new viewers, I feel like it'll be a nice idea just to give you a little bit of backstory to this world and series. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Python's World, a complete reboot of the classic Minecraft Survival Let's Play series of the same name from way back in 2018. This world was started back in January of 2025, and essentially this is my current long-term Minecraft survival Let's Play. Now, one thing I have been noticing on YouTube as of late in the Minecraft community is the emergence of this forever world trend, which to me personally almost seems like the next evolution of the classic Minecraft Let's Play phrasing. Could I call this series here my forever world? I mean, time will tell, I guess. I mean, we're only on episode 19 here, folks, but the thing is, there really is no end in sight for this series. It's supposed to be a sort of, in air quotes, endless Let's Play. So, in that sense, could you call this a forever world? I don't know. I guess having been here on YouTube and having so many, in air quotes, endless Let's Plays previously might lead to some skepticism in people believing that this is a forever world. But hey, at the end of the day, I'm here playing Minecraft for fun, and that's how it should be. So let's keep it going. So before we go exploring to find ourselves the new bits and bobs in the Spring to Life update, I just want to quickly remind you folks that if you do find yourselves enjoying this video and you want to help get this video out there on YouTube's recommendations, I'd really appreciate it if you consider dropping a like beneath the video. And if you're new to this series and my content, a big warm welcome to you. I hope you'll enjoy what you'll see, and I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel with those bell notifications turned on. Then you'll be the first to know when the new episodes roll out. It's probably worth mentioning, I'm not going to go through every single little addition and change that they made to this update. We're just going to go for the most notable ones. Now, given that this update is called Spring to Life, I'm sure you can make your assumptions regarding what has been added. A whole bunch of atmospheric, naturey type things. Starting off here with falling leaves now dropping not only from the pale oak trees, but now from every single tree. We've got oak leaves over here, we've got nice birch leaves we were seeing just a moment ago. And as insignificant as that change may seem on the surface of it, it's just one of those little things that adds a good amount of ambience to the game. And I don't know about you folks, but I really enjoy tiny little things like that. So moving on to the next addition, and that is these bad boys. These are called leaf litters, and they function very, very similar to pink petals. You know, those ones that you can find in the cherry grove biome, in that you can place 1, 2, 3, or a maximum of 4 of these leaf litters in a 1 block space. Unfortunately, unlike the pink petals, I'm pretty sure you cannot bone meal these to duplicate them. However, if I plop down a furnace, grab myself a little bit of wood here, and then I'm going to use these shears to pick up some leaf blocks, what we can do is we can chuck the leaves in the furnace and they will become leaf litters. So yeah, you can't bone meal to duplicate the leaf litters, but you can obtain them by smelting leaves instead, which is a pretty cool detail actually. And yeah, I know, not really a great fuel source to use, but this is just for demonstration purposes. So while that's smelting up, we can go ahead and check out yet another addition to this Spring to Life update, and that is these bad boys. Rather simply called a bush. Now, in terms of where you can find these bushes, yes, you can find them in forest biomes, but you can also find them in birch forests and apparently the different wind-swept biomes as well. And then in terms of these here leaf litters, these can also be found in dark oak forests and wooded badlands biomes. So there we are. Good old leaf litters for your boy. You know what I should do? I should probably head back to base and grab ourselves out a whole bunch of bone meal so we can actually test being able to bone meal to duplicate bits and bobs sort of on the fly. Only, I gotta be honest, I can't remember which of the new nature items we can indeed duplicate with this stuff. So, the bush, can it be duplicated with bone meal? Yes, it can. It basically spreads another bush to an adjacent block. Ah, very good. We have ourselves a wandering trader here, and that is perfect because these folks have had their trades totally overhauled for this update. So actually, maybe we should grab ourselves some emeralds out as well so we can trade. So, checking out what wandering traders are trading these days. Look at this. You can now sell certain items to the wandering trader to grab yourself a small supply of emeralds. And then checking out some of the other trades here, we've got some new ones. For example, acacia logs. These aren't the only kinds of logs that these wandering traders will trade. You can get 8 of, I believe, any kind of logs now. And you might notice that some of the prices and quantities have been completely reworked as well. Like, for example, before, I seem to recall trading several emeralds for a singular bit of gunpowder. But now, oh my goodness me, look at this. Oh, only 2 trades though. Huh. I mean, you know, gunpowder, it's useful for many things. Firework rockets, or my specialty, TNT. Now, it's probably worth mentioning, wandering traders are not the only folks who have had their trades completely overhauled. Cartographer villagers also have had their trades overhauled. So what we need to do is find ourselves a village. Wait, I've just realized something. I think I left my horse in the forest. Okay, that's what happens when you get distracted easily, eh, Python? Yeah, big old goof. There you are, frolicking through the forests, eh? But now it's back to some more exploring. Our next stop is a village, and this village is in a pretty special location because not only do we have a warm biome here with the savanna, but coming up, I believe, is one of the mountainous variant biomes, windswept biomes, whatever you want to call it, which is classed as a cool biome. So, checking some things out here, we have ourselves the warm variant of cow. And as you can see, it's got some little horns. They've got like a nice sticky out nose now as well, which is pretty cool. Now, the cow is not the only farm animal that now has a warm variant. If we look around long enough in this biome, we should be able to find ourselves a warm chicken. Yep, here we are. How would you look at that? They've even laid one of their new eggs. These brown eggs will only ever hatch the warm chicken variant, and then once we head back over to the village and hopefully discover ourselves a cool chicken, we should be able to grab ourselves some blue eggs. Alrighty, so we've got warm pigs to check out, which actually I can see on my far left there, but there are actually 2 more new things to be had. Starting off with these wolves. Apparently, you can now get different sound variants for wolves. So rather similar to how pandas have like moods and they move around and they make sounds depending on their mood, wolves now apparently have the same thing but with just sounds. Yeah, they do have new sounds. Oh, I love that. It's nice to have new sounds and variants for existing mobs. It just adds a little bit more variety to the game, and I'm definitely down with that. Something else I'm down with, though, is a feature that originated on Bedrock Edition. That is fallen trees. This being one of them. You can now find them in Java Edition, finally. I've been wanting fallen trees to come to Java for so long, and we now have them. Again, it's one of those little changes that seems really insignificant on the surface, but actually it adds a decent amount, once again, in the form of, you know, more variety and more realism, perhaps. Not only do we have the wood, but we can also get mushrooms spawning upon the fallen trees, and we can also get vines, so you don't even necessarily have to go find yourself a jungle biome anymore. So, with those two things explored, let's get on to the third thing for this area, and that is these warm pig variants. Oh, they are splendid, aren't they? But anyways, it's time to go find ourselves the cool farm animal variants. Oh, no way. Yet another new feature here, my friends. These are firefly bushes. Now, during the daytime, they don't really do too much aside from, you know, being animated, but it's when nighttime rolls around. In fact, nighttime is rolling around right now because, check it out, the fireflies have started to come out. And eventually, these will make kind of like a weird squeaky sound, which I confess, when I first heard it, I genuinely thought my headphones were starting to mess up. But no, oh, here we go. Oh, I love it. I really do. The particles, the noise, it is fantastic. Now, unlike the bushes, you can simply pick these up with your bare fists, which make them far easier to collect. Now this is a nice atmospheric vibe, isn't it? And you know what? I think the firefly bushes might be my single favorite addition to this update. They're just so nice. Now, as I'm sure you've realized, that the firefly bushes, they can spawn alongside rivers here, but that is not the only place you can find them. If you head on over to a swamp biome or even a mangrove swamp biome, they will spawn over there in more plentiful amounts. But yeah, if you don't have yourself a swamp biome nearby, then just head to your nearest river and just keep exploring alongside it. And then eventually, you'll find yourself some firefly bushes. Alrighty, time for a little bit of a snooze, methinks, in amongst all of the horses and cows. Because, yeah, that's totally what you do. So, if we head into this, what is it called? Windswept Hills biome, this is counted as a cool biome. And actually, as you can see, we've already found ourselves the new cool variant of pig, which has far brighter shading than the warm pig variant. It's kind of cool. I like it a lot, actually. And moving on, not only do we have cool pigs, we have ourselves cool chickens, which are very, very cool. I mean, come on, they literally have some banging hairdos. Look at them. And then finally, we have ourselves the cool cow variant. And once again, similar to the warm cow variant, they have some horns, this time sort of sticking out the front, which is pretty awesome. Now, something else you might notice is a fairly large amount of dark sheep. And that is because they have very slightly changed how sheep spawn in certain climates. For example, in colder climates, you will have a higher chance for black sheep to spawn in. Then when it comes to warm biomes, you have a higher chance of brown sheep spawning naturally. And then in sort of in the middle temperate biomes, so things like forests, you have a higher chance of white sheep spawning in. And it's not to say that all of the other colors that naturally spawn don't spawn. They do, just not as often as other ones do in certain climates. And yes, don't worry, you can still find pink sheep super, super rarely. So with all of the new farm animal variants checked out, I want to check out the new Overhauled cartographer traits. Next, we are in a village here at the end of the day. Do we, by any chance, have a cartographer hub? I've got to be honest, it's not looking good. Oh, what is looking good, though, is this. Check it out. Random little change they made. You can now find bundles in village chests. So for those of you folks who are wanting a super early portable storage item, oh yeah, it's gonna do you quite well. I mean, for example, take all of this loot here. We can put all of it in the bundle. And there we are. It's taken up only one slot in my inventory now. What about this chest? Oh, look at that. Yet another bundle. Alright, so no sign of any cartography hut. Do I have a cartography table by any chance in my workstations bundle? Really? Do I not? Oh, thank goodness I do. Just the one. The last thing in this particular bundle, huh? Alright, I'm sorry there, buddy, but I am going to change your profession. You are now a cartographer. Let's check out what trades this fella has. So, the low-tier trades are still the same by the looks of it. Let's go ahead and level this guy up by buying a bunch of maps. Wait, I don't have enough. Aha! I'm going to need to go grab myself some paper then. Good thing I got a bunch of sugarcane laying around, isn't it? And you know what? In case we need even more, I do have a mini sugarcane farm here. Some of you folks may have been wondering why I haven't been luring the different animal variants back to my base, and the simple answer is this. I don't need to. I already have them. As I mentioned earlier in the episode, for any of you existing viewers, you will already know that we've gone ahead and grabbed all of this stuff. But for any of you newer viewers or people who are coming back to Minecraft, yeah, you'll probably want to know where the new stuff spawns in. So yeah, really do hope that you folks are enjoying this episode or are learning a thing or two. So, back to the cartographer. Let's get you... Oh, good grief. Yeah, let's get you leveled up there, bud. Very good. So yeah, we now have access to maps that show you the location of certain villages. In this case, we can find ourselves a savanna village. The only thing is, I don't have any compasses on me, so I can't do this trade. So here we are back at base, making ourselves a compass just so we can go grab ourselves that new savanna village map. I mean, I can't just show you the trade and then not do the trade and thus not show you the actual map itself, eh? Ooh, that's a very small amount of XP towards leveling up the villager, though. Yikes. But anyway, here we are, bringing up the map, and yeah, as you can see, slightly to the bottom left, there is now a house symbol. That is going to lead us to a savanna village. So just to quickly list off the other types of maps you can now purchase, you've got the savanna village map, the plains village map, the desert village map, the tiger village map, and finally the snowy village map. And then, on top of that, there are two new explorer maps to be had. There's the jungle explorer map, which will help you locate jungle temples, and then there's also the swamp explorer map, which will help you locate witch huts. So yeah, for any of you folks wanting to locate a witch hut to make a witch farm in your world, that whole process has been made significantly easier for you. So, moving on to some more new additions, I need to head my way over to either a Badlands biome or a desert biome. We have ourselves a desert. There's not one, there's not even two, but there's actually 3 types of new foliage to be had, 2 of which are actually here. We have ourselves long dry grass, or tall dry grass as it's called, and you can also get short dry grass. Now, if you listen very, very closely, you can hear a bunch of wind, right? And that is because they added some new atmospheric wind sounds to the desert and badlands biomes. And if I'm being honest, putting my critical cap on, they missed a trick here. They could have added little atmospheric sounds, in my opinion, to all of the biomes in this game. I'm sure that they probably realized that and will probably do that in the future. But the question has to be asked, though, right? Why only add atmospheric sounds for only a handful of biomes and not all of the other ones? But then again, you know, it's something new. It's something cool as well. I really enjoy the atmospheric sounds around here. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what they might come up with for all of the other biomes in the game. But anyway, getting back to checking out some more new features, check this out. We have ourselves cactus flowers that can randomly generate on top of some of the cactus plants you find in the desert. And very, very simply, you can just pop them off like that. Now, one thing I don't personally know is whether or not we can duplicate these. No, it doesn't look like it. So maybe the play is, instead, to just have yourselves a big old area where you've got cacti growing, and then when they get to the fully grown stage, maybe then you'll get new cactus flowers. I must admit, I'm not 100% on that, so if any of you folks who know a little bit more about that side of things could let me know how that works in the comments area, I'd be most appreciative. Eh? Random camel? And it's not even near a village. Huh. Well, this was not on my bingo card for today's episode. I can only assume that they've made it so that camels could spawn just randomly in deserts now. Yeah, look at this. We've got another one coming up with a whole bunch more cactus flowers next to it. Ah. Dude, this is so cool. So you don't even have to find yourselves a village anymore to get yourself camels. They could just spawn naturally in deserts, as it turns out. I spy a certain abandoned portal frame in the distance. And that is going to be the next thing we check out. Because there is now a chance for you to find Loadstone blocks in abandoned portal chests. Not just that, but they've also made the Loadstone recipe far, far cheaper. It used to be you'd need a netherite ingot in the creation of a Loadstone, but now you can use just an iron ingot. So yeah, for any of you folks who want to have a Loadstone compass empire on you, these portal chests might just be your new bestest friend? Okay. Not only a Loadstone, but a notch apple. Do you want to know the crazy thing? This is not the first notch apple I have found in a portal chest in this world. This might be the second, maybe even third one. So yeah, Loadstones can be found in portal chests, which I personally think is a really, really good change. I've been wanting to make Loadstones and compass empires for the longest time, but I've never really felt that the old crafting recipe was really deserving of a netherite ingot. So yeah, the fact that they've made those far more accessible now, I think that's fantastic. So good job, Mojang. That's a great change. So there's only one more thing that I want to show you folks in this episode in terms of new features / items, and that is the new wildflowers. Now, in order to find those bad boys, we need to find ourselves a birch biome or a meadow biome. Which of those two biomes will present itself to us first, though? I've got absolutely no idea. But we are in a forest, and there's lots of other forests nearby. And typically, the birch forest will spawn near the regular forest, right? So maybe it'll be that. Heyo, random abandoned portal. Are we about to get ourselves 2 notch apples in a row? Can you imagine? What have we got here? No sign of a Loadstone in this one, unfortunately. They don't spawn in all of them, but they can spawn in a good amount of them. Oh, snappers, here we are, my friends. Not only is there a birch biome coming up, there's also a dark oak forest. And here we are with the new wildflowers. Similar to the leaf litters and pink petals, you can place up to 4 in a 1-block space. And unlike the leaf litters, these ones can indeed be duplicated with bone meal. I'm loving the fact that there's more and more floor foliage being added to this game. With the wildflowers, leaf litters, and pink petals that you can get nowadays, you can easily make yourself a very lovely looking nature-themed area or settlement now. I think it's fantastic. And real quick to finish things off here we are inside of the dark oak forest. And yet, as you can see, leaf litters all over the floor. Do you know what? The leaf litters look way better in the dark oak forest biomes than they do in the regular forest biomes. Maybe in the forest they could be brighter, or maybe it could be like a mixture of brown and green leaves. Oh, that would be so cool though, wouldn't it? So then, ladies and gentlemen, that is just about it in terms of new additions and features and changes, the more notable ones anyway. If you're interested in checking out a slightly more comprehensive list of everything that has changed, I will of course put the wiki page link for this update down in the description down below. So while we're heading our way back to base, I thought it'd be a nice idea to shout out the comment of the day for today. Growing Crazy says, I love that you're still on horseback and haven't fought the dragon yet. Very nice. I picked this one out because, yeah, I'm sure you folks have noticed by now, I don't have Elytra, and we're on episode 19, which is probably very, very unlike most other Minecraft Let's Plays out there. I like to have a very, very chill pace in my series. I don't like to rush the game. I like to actually experience different parts of Minecraft, like, you know, fishing, using minecart rails, exploring the world via horseback, all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not going to rag on anyone for having that playstyle, you know, going straight for the dragon, not at all. Everybody can play this game in their own way. But yeah, for me personally, I just like to take things nice and chill. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, just enjoying the nice chill vibes with me, then do be sure to stick around and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my future content. And real quick at the very, very end here, I just wanted to quickly talk about donations, or as they're called on YouTube, super chats. Only I have had a few come in during the course of the last few episodes, and I haven't shouted them out, and I feel really, really bad for that. The reason why I stopped shouting them out is because I was shouting them out instead in my live streams. But now that I'm not doing live streams anymore, I think I need to go back to what I was doing, which was shouting out donations at the ends of each episode, because, you know, I want to make sure that I'm giving credit where it's due. I want to acknowledge these people who are going above and beyond with their support and essentially keeping my YouTube career alive at this point. So starting next episode, going onwards at the ends of each episode, I will start shouting out donations again, and I apologize if that might sort of annoy some of you folks, or you might not find it sort of interesting content to watch, but I do want to make sure that I am shouting out these folks who are going above and beyond with their support, because I really do truly appreciate it a ton. So here we go, my friends. All of the new foliage you can get in the new Spring to Life 1.21.5 update. I really do hope you folks have enjoyed today's episode or learned a thing or two. If you have, and perhaps you want me to do future episodes like this when a new update rolls around, where we literally just check out all of the new update stuff and we have it act as sort of a jumping on point for new viewers potentially, then I'd really appreciate it if you'd let me know in the comments area or by dropping a like. If you don't want to miss out on my future content, do subscribe to the channel with those bell notifications turned on. For now though, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks for all of your lovely support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.